Okay, so we all know Karol G is a global music superstar, right? But she's not just dominating the charts anymore. She's also building this massive hospitality empire right in her hometown of Medellín. We're talking exclusive restaurants, clubs. They've basically become the places to be, and the buzz online is just insane.
But you know how it is. With all that hype comes the big question. The one we're seeing all over TikTok. Are these spots really worth the money? Is it worth the price tag? Well, that's exactly what we're here to break down. We're going to dive deep into everything you need to know about all three of her venues: the flagship restaurant Carolina, the rooftop terrace Provenza, and the nightclub El Callejón del Gato. We're talking menus, prices, the whole shebang. So what is it that makes these places the absolute hottest ticket in town? Well, it's about more than just a famous name. It really comes down to a specific vision. Karol G herself has said these spaces are a tribute to her entire journey. Each one is meant to represent a different piece of her story, from her cultural roots to her love for that electric Medellín energy. And honestly, that personal touch is a huge part of the appeal. And this vision really comes to life across three totally distinct venues. Each one offers a completely different experience, designed for a different mood, a different kind of night out. First up, we have Carolina. This is the crown jewel, the flagship. It's positioned as this super sophisticated, fine dining restaurant that mixes Cuban and Colombian flavors. So picture this. The vibe is like old Havana crashed into modern Medellín. You've got pink vintage cars, murals of the legendary Celia Cruz. It's a whole mood. And the menu? Oh, it's got some gems, like a pollo confitado for just $11, or this incredible seafood encocado for $23. And hey, here's a little insider tip for you. Try to go on a Wednesday. That's when they have live salsa bands, and it just takes the whole experience up a notch. Next, let's head up to the roof to Provenza. This is a much more relaxed, open-air terrace. It's got this amazing coastal charm that honestly feels like you just took a quick trip to Cartagena. The atmosphere here is all about those sunset cocktails and chill vibes. The menu leans into fresh seafood, and you absolutely have to try their signature Provenza sunrise cocktail. It's only $10. Now, for a little secret, when you book, you have to ask for the sea view corner table. Apparently, the views from there are just unbeatable. And finally, when the sun goes down and you're ready to party, there's El Callejón del Gato. This is the pure, high-energy nightclub experience, smack in the middle of Medellín's nightlife scene. Digging into the details, they do these awesome themed nights, like Reggaeton Thursdays, and they'll bring in guest DJs. The cover is only $12, but, and this is important, pay attention to the strict dress code. No shorts, no sandals, no hats. And if you want to do it right, we hear it's pretty much essential to pre-book a VIP table to avoid those massive crowds. Okay, so we've got the vibes down, but now let's talk about the real deal, the money. Here's a little price guide to help you figure out where you want to spend your cash. As you can see, Carolina is definitely your special occasion spot, Dishes run between $11 and $25. Then you've got Provenza, which is perfect for sunset drinks and dinner. You're looking at about $54 a person on average. And El Callejón? That's your big night out. It starts with a $12 cover, but yeah, it can easily climb to $300 or more if you go for the whole VIP experience. And here it is, probably the single best budget hack I can give you for these places. If you want that amazing Carolina experience, but the dinner price is a little steep, just book for lunch. The menu is pretty much the same, but it's a full 30% cheaper. You can't beat that. So, are you convinced? You want to go? Well, the next hurdle is actually snagging a table. Each place has its own system, so let's walk through it. For Carolina, you got to use OpenTable, and you need to plan ahead, like 2 to 3 weeks in advance, especially if you want a weekend spot. For Provenza, it's a bit more old school. You actually have to email them. And for El Callejón, your best bet is just booking a VIP table straight from their website. And here is a fantastic little tip we heard might just work. When you're making that reservation, casually mention that you're a Karol's fan. Apparently, it can sometimes get you a free dessert or even a drink upgrade. Hey, it's definitely worth a shot, right? Now, for the best part, logistically speaking, all three of these venues are in the exact same building. Yep, They all share one address in this super trendy El Poblado neighborhood, which makes it incredibly easy to do some venue hopping. You could start with dinner at Carolina and then just head right on over to El Callejón to finish the night. All right, we've gone through the vibe, the prices, the logistics, everything. So let's bring it all together for the final verdict. Is this whole experience actually worth it for you?
So who is this for? Well, you should definitely go if you're a big Karol G fan, if you're hunting for those perfect, unique, Instagram-worthy moments, or if you care more about atmosphere than you do about a strict budget. On the other hand, you might want to skip it if you're on a really tight budget, or if you'd rather find those more traditional, local Colombian spots. And this really gets to the heart of the debate. Tourists often think the experience is a total steal compared to prices back home. I mean, one TikToker even said a single dish was worth the flight. But for a lot of locals, it's seen more as a special occasion place. Great for a birthday, but way too pricey for just a regular night out.
Which brings us right back to where we started. The big question, are Karol G's venues a must-see piece of modern Medellin culture? Or are they just a really, really well-designed tourist trap? After all this, it seems the answer just depends on what you're looking for. The choice, my friends, is all yours.